Hello, and welcome to How to Juggle, a DIY video about how to juggle, in this case with oranges. The very first step of how to juggle is learning what failure is. This is what failure looks like. Now that we know what failure looks like, we'll do our best to never fail again. That's a very important step. Now, the next step, of course, is figuring out what height do you want to throw your tomato, or your ball, or your orange. Now, most of the time, you're going to throw it up and catch it on the other hand. But if you have two, it's a little hard to do that. We want to figure out when do we transfer the second ball back to our other hand. The trick is to throw the second ball when the first ball is at its apex, or the top of its path. Now, I will demonstrate where the apex is. If I'm throwing the orange up in the air, I want to throw it, the second orange, just as the first orange reaches the top of its path, like this. So, the best step on how to learn this is to practice. Throw it up, and throw the other one. And catch them both. Throw, catch, throw, catch, throw, catch. If you want, just start with one and just practice catching and throwing it at that height. And start throwing an invisible ball. As you'll see, my hand does a little when I would be throwing the other ball. And then, once you get that down, you just keep going. Practice the other way too. Often we'll throw the second ball under where the first ball is in order to balance. Now that you've mastered two balls, it's time to make our way to three. Now, we're going to do just the exact same three, but we're going to start getting into rhythm so that we can do three at a time instead of just two. The best way to do this is just to take it slow and just go 1, 2, 3, catch them all, and reset like this. 1, 2, 3. Catch them all, reset. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then once you've done that enough times, and you got it down pat, you can just keep going and don't stop. And once you've got that down, then you don't stop and you just keep going until you get into the rhythm and you just keep going. Try to avoid throwing the ball too hard, as it's going to mess up your path and you might accidentally drop one of the balls, which is what I'm doing. I promise it's a lot easier with tennis balls than it is with oranges, but this is what I have readily available. Then, when you've mastered 3 balls in 2 hands, you can learn how to do 2 balls in 1 hand, which is a great way to reinforce the skills that we learned earlier. It's the same process, just with 1 hand. And so you throw the second ball when the first ball is at the apex, just like before, but now it's more of a singular circular motion to keep going. And you can practice and catch, and eventually, when you get into it, you'll just keep going. And this has been a video on how to juggle both 2 balls in 1 hand and 3 balls in 2. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below what your favorite kind of juggling is.